Hey y'all, it's Deuce. Welcome to TRIBU's What the Flickz lesson, the power to create. This week we're diving deep into the U.S. government, starting with the legislative branch, where the laws are born. Buckle up because we're going beyond the surface. The legislative branch isn't just some dusty chapter in your old civics book. It's the heartbeat of democracy, shaping the rules that guide our everyday lives. Whether it's how much tax you pay or what rights you have, it starts right here. Let's unlock the power that often goes unnoticed. What is the legislative branch? The legislative branch is Congress split into two chambers, the House of Representatives and the Senate. Picture Congress like the architects of a massive building. The House designs the blueprint, considering the voices of the people. 435 representatives based on population. The Senate adds structure with 100 senators, 2 from each state, ensuring every state has an equal voice. Together they draft, debate, and shape the laws that govern our country. They're not just passing bills, they're setting the stage for how we live, work, and thrive. This is where your voice echoes, creating ripples that touch everything from healthcare to education. Now let's break down the House versus the Senate. Think of the House of Representatives as the voice of the people. It's fast-paced, with elections every 2 years, keeping representatives closely tied to what's happening in communities. Bigger states have more representatives because it's based on population. So California has a louder voice here than North Carolina. The Senate. That's where things slow down, with longer terms, 6 years, and equal representation from every state, no matter the size. This balance was designed to prevent any one group from having too much power. It's like having one foot on the gas, the House, and the other on the brake, the Senate, keeping democracy moving, but not too fast. How a bill becomes a law. Ever wonder how an idea becomes a law? It's a journey, like taking a road trip with multiple steps. It starts as an idea drafted into a bill. Then it hits the House or the Senate, where it's debated, amended, and voted on. If it passes one chamber, it travels to the other for more debates and votes. Think of it like a relay race, passing the baton until it reaches the president's desk. The president can sign it into law or veto it, sending it back to Congress. But here's the kicker. Congress can override that veto with a 2/3 vote. It's a process built on checks, balances, and honestly, a lot of negotiation. Power of Congress. Congress isn't just about writing laws. They hold serious power. They control the money, deciding how tax dollars are spent. They declare war, oversee federal agencies, and even have the power to impeach the president. Think of Congress as the nation's financial manager, military strategist, and watchdog all rolled into one. Their decisions impact everything from your paycheck to your health care. They can make or break policies that affect millions. That's why understanding Congress isn't just for political junkies. It's for anyone who cares about how power shapes their daily life. Checks on power. In a democracy, no one should have unchecked power. That's where Congress comes in with its checks and balances. They can override a presidential veto, confirm or reject Supreme Court justices, and investigate government actions. It's like having referees in a game making sure no player, president, court, or even Congress itself breaks the rules. These checks keep our system from sliding into dictatorship territory. They're not just theatrical. They've been used throughout history, from Nixon's Watergate scandal to Trump's impeachment trials. This is democracy in action. Representation and gerrymandering. Representation is the core of democracy. But what happens when the system is manipulated? Enter gerrymandering, where district lines are redrawn to favor one political party. Imagine a basketball court where one team gets to move the hoop closer to their side. That's gerrymandering. It affects elections, policies, and whose voices are heard. It's legal in many cases, but it undermines the idea of fair representation. Understanding gerrymandering helps you see how power isn't just about laws. It's about who gets to make them. Lobbying and special interests. Lobbying is when individuals or groups try to influence lawmakers. Picture corporate lobbyists as professional persuaders, armed with data, donations, and connections. Not all lobbying is bad. Civil rights groups lobby for justice too. But when money talks louder than people, it skews democracy. Special interests can shape policies on everything from healthcare to gun laws. Understanding this helps you follow the money and see who's really pulling the strings in Congress. The filibuster is like hitting the pause button on legislation. In the Senate, it allows endless debate to block a vote unless 60 senators agree to end it. It was meant to protect minority voices, but it's often used to stall progress. Think of it as a loophole that can both defend democracy and paralyze it. Whether it's a hero or a villain depends on who's using it and why. Legislative gridlock. Gridlock happens when Congress can't get anything done because of political deadlock. It's like traffic, frustrating, but sometimes it prevents accidents. Gridlock can stop bad laws, but also delay urgent reform. It reflects a divided nation where compromise is rare. But in democracy, even the gridlock teaches us something. Power is shared, and change requires effort from all sides. That's the legislative branch, messy, powerful, and complex. It's where your voice through your vote turns into laws. Tomorrow we uncover the power to lead.